Hey guys, let's build a tea room in a greenhouse using the new Royalty and Legacy expansion pack and the Tea Room Solarium kit. So I'm starting this room in the Windenburg world because very likely that's where I'm going to be building the castle. My plan is to build a castle room by room. I came to the realization that trying to complete these huge builds when I'm not that great at recording and editing process would just discourage me from being consistent. So I am just starting like this until the process is a second nature to me. So first choosing the walls and the ceiling for it to be completely made out of glass. I had to delete the actual ceiling, the inside of it, so that we could see the inside. I really wanted it to have this beautiful tile that we got with the Royalty and Legacy expansion pack, but it just turned out that it wouldn't fit for the greenhouse portion. So I really wanted it to be different, to be separate. And I created just a sunken platform for the greenhouse. Now, making the actual fence work was not that easy, and then actually getting the stairs to work was not that easy either. And you will see that the issue is not over. By the end of this video, I'm still having some issues with the stairs, but that's fine. I figured it out. I left it as is, but by the time that I am working on the build itself, it's going to be fixed. It's going to work. This room is meant to be a tea room slash greenhouse combination, so I wanted it to feel calm and elegant, but slightly tucked away from the rest of the castle. At first, I really wanted the room to start with the greenhouse. You know, you walk from the castle through the greenhouse to the tea room so that it was even further away, and then it was the exit for a garden that I had planned. But then I thought about it and it just makes so much more sense because I that way I can actually put plants outside and it looks cohesive, I would imagine, with the greenhouse. So that's what I'm going to be doing by the time that I'm working on the castle. I'm still looking for good sprinklers, like water sprinklers. I don't get if we've had so many garden things and like there's no new sprinklers. And I think that it has been already established that that's usually what they're used for the crops, for the garden. I don't get why they haven't upgraded that a little bit. Like there's so many other options. I would love some ceiling sprinklers for the garden specifically, that I don't have to delete this floor. Like I just had to do, like, I know that I'm gonna have to delete the floor and probably a wall in order to have the garden, the sprinklers installed here. And look what it does. It completely destroys everything that I already did. So we're gonna have to have someone water them all the time because it's not gonna happen. I'm not doing this part again. The greenhouse portion, you're going to see that I'm going to be using the new Royalty and Legacy expansion pack, and also I'm going to be using the Greenhouse Haven kit because it was kind of hard to completely fill out the space with just one with just the expansion pack, and the actual tea room kit didn't bring that much for a greenhouse. It looks nice, it has really beautiful things, but it is not specifically for that. It's specifically for the tea room area. So for the greenhouse, I did went in and I used other packs. Here's my first battle with the staircase that is going to lead outside. The moment that I built the wall back again, the staircase would delete itself. And then I found out through TikTok comments that it's actually a thing about the door. So for the castle, I will create a bump out so that we can have the door, the staircase, and the railings, which was the main issue of this staircase. Now, my purpose of this castle is to create a kingdom in every single world. I am planning on making a forever save file, and I was watching a few TikToks from other content creators and other players, just shooting out ideas of what worlds would be nice with a kingdom, and it sounds like so much fun. I am going to try it. I am going to be working on different builds I actually don't know if it will be for a forever save file or just for the kingdoms, but I feel like I should just take an entire save and delete everything and make it from scratch. I don't know if I will renovate existing builds or just completely make them from scratch. I haven't decided. I have a lot of options. The problem is the recording side of it, at least the voiceover side of it, because recording and making the speed build, it's not that hard. Taking the time and actually sitting down and trying to explain everything is where I am failing so bad. So I'm going to be working room by room, like I had said before. And in this case, this is the castle that will be built in Windenburg. Now, the inspiration for this castle is the Venice castle in Slovenia, if I'm not mistaken. That's the one that I'm going to insert here what it looks like on the castle, and how it's actually supposed to look like from the outside, to see if I think it works. I don't think it is too wide or too big. This is going to be on the 64 by 64 lot, and it's just going to be one of the sides of the castle. It's like a wing that I want to sort of use as inspiration for this one. It has a wing that looks very odd in the pictures, and I'm just going to make this green this solarium slash greenhouse. Now, I'm not good at decorating. That is something that I am actively working on every single build, trying to better describe the style that I'm using and how I'm cluttering and all that. That is so much harder for me than I ever imagined it could be, because usually I will watch the build videos and just be mesmerized by all of the ideas that simmers have, but I never truly pay attention to the details that they explain. So now I'm finding myself rewatching many videos that I really liked so that I could better explain, and also finding information on the type of decoration and styles that we have available in the game. And more than anything, I really wanted it to be functional. So I found everything and every single way that I could to add all of the decorations from both the pack and the new kit, and still try them on and make sure that everything's functional. What ends up happening is that as I am playing through the room, I just start finding new things that I can include. So that's why I say that I'm not good at this whole process, because you will see that it is a little bit different uploaded to the gallery than it is on the video, because I figured that we were missing things as I was playing. So while I get used to it, it's still going to be a little bit weird. And since I was just working on the inside, the only layout that I worried about was the planters and the tables. So I just went straight ahead into decorating the rooms. I really wanted it to be as pretty and functional as possible. I'm going to just have a couple of things here so that they can actually have tea. I'll probably make one of these tables just for decoration, or one of the tea trays. And I was so pleasantly surprised when I saw that those snack trays are functional too. And then I continued decorating the room, and I sort of forgot about the functionality, and I didn't add either dishwasher, sink, or a trash can, which you're going to see later on have been added because they were needed in order to keep the room clean. I really love those vines. I noticed that they are reusing some previous decorations that we had and just giving them new colors and whatnot. But this vine in particular came in so many different sizes, and I love the fact that we can connect it to the fence. That's what I tried to do by adding the one that is just like falling. That was I think this pack and this kit bring some of the cutest and nicest decorations possible. The latest packs have done that. They have really pushed in having really good quality. But what I don't like is the fact that almost everything is reused and not really changed. But I get that they do this so that it is accessible to everyone, even if they just meet the basic specs for the game. So I understand, but I understand also that it can be changed a little bit, and there's so many styles available that can be done. I have plenty of CC, and I know that they use existing meshes to, is that the word? I'm pretty sure they use existing furniture and clothing and everything to make like Max's made things to make the CC, but they always change it. They make it so pretty. I mean, I don't think that they always use it, but they use many of them, and they still manage to make them look different and even have even more slots to add things. Like, I know that so much more can be done. Like, I'm sure of it. So sure that better styles can be implemented eventually. I do like to work with the CC. I like to play with CC. So for the most gameplay, I will have CC. Working on decorating and also adding the lighting and everything, I saw that I had to use two different metals, which I normally wouldn't have. But in this case, that's what came with the pack. So I couldn't do much more. There was no dark copper for the lamps like there is for the chairs, because it is at the end like it's the chairs come with the kit and the lighting comes with the pack. So even though they were bundled, they couldn't match. So I ended up using both, which is fine. I did change the chandeliers, at least the color of the chandeliers later on, and I added another one down in the greenhouse when I was playing, because I completely noticed that I forgot to add lighting in the greenhouse. I really wanted to clutter the tea room. I know that most of the time the tea room will be luxurious, very beautiful, very apart from everything, and you will be served and all. But I also want to make this realistic. It is a spot to have tea with your friends and family. For the most part, you're the one that's going to be making it. And if you have never used the trick with the lamp to put the anything, any type of clutter on counters or any surface, oh my god, that trick blew my mind. That trick is everything for me right now. It is very helpful to decorate, and here I am just adding those very last details before I go back in and I play test the entire room and add anything else that is missing. Thank you guys so much for watching this short speak build. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and leave me down in the comments what other rooms we could be trying for this castle. I am hoping to go from a medieval castle that has been renovated into a more modern one without losing its charm. That's very important. So I am writing down ideas of what we could include, and I would love to read yours. So please leave me in the comments below what you think about it, and I will catch you guys in the next video.